guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the pay to win account, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you guys. Today we're going to be looking at the Grotesque Mage. So a lot of players do fight him within the Twisted Realm. Unfortunately, we're going to look at him in the Cursed Realm. So the Cursed Realm does comprise of 6 different teams, guys. That is right, 6 teams in total. So I just wanted to run through some of the teams and some of the dynamics that we've seen working really well in here. You can always go on the leaderboard. Yodmafuk has pretty much been number 1, which is absolutely insane for a crazy amount of time. We did this one single time. We made the top, I believe, 29. Trying to reach the top 26 with the formations. So I just wanted to run through the formations that we're using within here. The first team, we focus on Zolrath Grez. Then we have Warwick in here, Hodgkin in there for a buffer, Twins in there for a buffer. My Zolrath does need to be a little bit better built if you have that 3 of 9 furniture, because when you look at the target, you're actually going up against Falks. Falks is going to confine one of your enemies, so I'm assuming it is probably going to be Zolrath in this case, meaning Grez is going to be in there. Hodgkin is going to be able to buff this entire team, and then Warwick is going to be able to debuff everyone within there. Second team we look at is dependent on Oden. So really it is looking at the buffs. We have Mishka in here, which is going to hold Scrag. Very nice. We have Astrild in here with that 3 of 9 furniture, going to buff. Mortis is going to buff in here as well. And then Rose following Oden, allowing him to maximize his damage. This is a couple different formations. So Mortis I did put in this formation. A lot of players were running him with Helios. Unfortunately, I do not have Helios as of right now. I do not have him built. He is at Elite. I believe I have 1 copy of him. So we did sub in Mortis in this formation just because we're going to go ahead and buff Oden. Third formation we look at is focused on Muriel. Of course, we have Iran, meaning the team is going to be pulled in here. So we have Scrag invading. We have Setrana in here. We also do have Queen in the very top, which is going to provide some crowd control. Also, with the Scrag having his 9 of 9 furniture, going to allow us to do a lot of damage. Now, within this formation, I do not have Setrana really built whatsoever. We can throw some gear on her. We can throw some artifacts, really maxing her out before we go ahead and do these fights. But ultimately, I haven't really built her out. On the other hand, Muriel, I do have completely built out, which is awesome to see. Allowing her to maximize the damage on Iran right here in the back. So team number 4, we do have the Ainz comp. Big thing is, looking at this formation, we're going to have Arthur and we're going to have Albedo, which are going to be right up here fighting Damon. We have Rain with the 3 of 9 furniture going to give a really big increase to damage. Then we have Belinda, which is going to use her blessing ability, which is going to drop on Ainz, allowing Ainz to maximize the damage in here as well. So it is really focused on everybody's going to be boosting Ainz. Arthur moving up, Ainz is still going to stay within the aura formation of that. Looking at team number 5, we have Raku. We know fighting Arthur, you have to do enough damage to get through a shield, guys, which really good combination of running Leica in here. Leica is going to give a massive armor debuff, allowing Raku to do more damage. And then, of course, Saurus does have the ability to kind of self-heal and keep this team up. We have Mahira in here for the Mesmerize ability. Again, nullifying some of the shielding ability that Arthur has. And then we do have Nemisu in here, not only for the totems as a distraction, but he also does have a haste ability that he's going to drop on Raku, making this a very solid team. And then, of course, the final team, which is dealing with the Grotesque Mage himself. So looking in here, we know running Isolde in here. Isolde, because they scale pretty quickly with the Grotesque Mage, Isolde is going to do a ton of damage. Lucretia is in here. We do have Silas in here, which was a little bit questionable. A lot of players do run a different setup in here. Instead of running with Silas, they run actually Treznar in here. This is another one that we've seen. And then, of course, Tassian here for the debuffs. So those are the 6 teams I'm running. Last team is always the one that is hidden, so you're not going to be able to see it. Again, the support classes, we have double support in the back, making sure Lucretia and making sure that Isolde is doing a considerable amount of damage. And then with Treznar, it is about him having the signature item, which right here, each time a shield is generated, increases the attack rating of Treznar and the 2 closest heroes by 40%. That is right, guys. 2 closest heroes in this fight are going to be 1, Isolde, 2, Lucretia. That means for a majority of this battle, it is going to be up. We're going to do a couple variations. I'm going to change up some of these heroes. So the first one we're going to run through is just running this team in particular. And again, focusing on running Treznar. I know I don't have Treznar built in here, but we're going to skip through this, see. So 9.7 billion roughly. And we do get 10 attempts in this. So we're going to run 3 in here, see exactly where it comes in. So we did 1 already. Here is number 2, 9.9. So got a little bit higher in that one, which brings us almost to 20% there. We need to do 10 to hit 20%. Attempt number 3. And this is where you can really break it down. So 9.9 again. So looking in here, damage, we did 1 billion there. Second team, very light. 397, that's very light damage. 2 there, 3 there, 2 there, and 1 in the final battle. So we're going to swap up team 2, looking at the formation where we did 9.8 or 9.9. It seems like it is the second team where Oden is not really pulling the weight. So again, you can kind of go back and see exactly what team. So we're going to drop out Treznar in this one. I'm going to drop Silas in this one. And then, of course, our second team doesn't seem to be doing the most damage. So looking at alternatives in here to do more damage is exactly what we're going to do. I know Athelia can do a lot of damage, but I don't know how consistent it's going to be. Prince of Persia, of course, just does a lot of stuns. But looking for a damage hero, we could drop Kren in here. You know what? I'm going to drop Kren in here. Then I'm going to Rose follow Kren. Let's see how this one looks, guys. We're going to run this one 3 more times. Remember, 9.9 was where we were at. Looking, again, a little bit of adjustments. Took us, again, 9.9 is the higher. Middle team did even less damage, guys. 1.85 and 2.2. 1.7, so the last team did a considerable amount more damage, because here the final team 770, 803. I think some of our other attempts, and this is really, so once you have these formations set, see, they did a ton more there with Silas, so definitely a build there. So check out our leaderboards. We'll see team 2. Who are they running in here? Exactly, they're running Oden, just like we've seen right there. But again, we do not have Helios in there, which could be making the very big difference. Rose is following Oden. Again, using Mortis versus Helios. Unfortunately, we don't have Helios built. We don't have him built up enough to be viable within the formation. So that formation does work incredibly well. Maybe we just got some bad RNG in there. So let's drop out Kren. We'll drop in Oden again. We'll give it a couple more turns. And again, Mishka doesn't have the furniture. I know makes a difference. And we don't have Helios, which makes a difference as well. But we know Silas isn't in there. So 9.9, we got a couple more chances here to break the record that we have. Boom, 9.9 is still the top. 452 on the second one. But we got 4 more attempts, guys. Might be able to pull out the damage here. I'm hoping we have one good lucky team. And there's 620. So second team did some damage. Looks like some of the other teams didn't quite pull their weight on that one. 9.97, so went up a little bit there. We're going to go ahead and do one more attempt, guys, and that will do it for the Grotesque Mage. I'm hoping this is going to be the strongest attempt. Boom, 9.975. That's where we stayed. I'm going to save my final attempt. I'm going to go through, make sure everyone is geared up, make sure all of the artifacts are on there, make sure everyone is set within these formations. See if we can beat this 9.975 total damage. But getting in the top 20, big thing with this, we are 23 right now. My ranking is 22. The big thing with this, guys, is the engraving mats. So the engraving mats are absolutely required when you get to a certain level, especially where we're at right now, guys. The elemental cores and the elemental shards have played a really big factor in making progression. and being able to stay on the top with the Grotesque Mage in all of these battles. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, guys. Those are the team comps that we're using for the Grotesque Mage, and I hope the boss team comp. I put one of these out a little while ago, and everybody said, absolutely thank you. I doubled the damage that I was doing on some of these bosses, which is the reason I wanted to put that out. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.